In this daily drop, I'm going to talk about a little bit of planning when you're in urban areas for video production. So let's go. All right, kids, here we are. First episode on the road. I am here at Penn. My son is in a scouting basketball camp, and I have to vacate the premises for a few hours. And, you know, when you're in a city or on a city campus like this, there are a few things to think about. One is I'll do a follow-up episode to this, but if you want to mitigate sound issues, get away from the streets. And on this particular campus, there is, a city campus, but it's really beautiful. And I can get a little bit away from all of that stuff. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have audio issues, and they're not going to have to be considered in terms of what's going on. In fact, when I would come into a place like this in August, I would be very cognizant of the fact that you're going to have people passing you all of the time, as somebody just did. The light is going to be changing all of the time, and you're going to want to put your subject matter into, and I'm keep looking at the screen because I'm using a phone. That's something I'm going to have to get used to, is making sure I'm looking at the camera, especially on a front-facing camera. If you're using the rear-facing, it's a lot easier to tell your talent to look at the cameras when they're talking, or off camera, of course, if you're doing it more documentary style. But basically, you've got to find a location where maybe there's a little bit less foot traffic. I'm kind of in a place where I'm getting dappled sunlight from trees. But the other thing to consider is when you're in a city, there's almost always shade on one side of the street. It may not be on the avenues, it may be on the cross streets, but you can usually find that. And then I would also try to consider finding a space where you're kind of away from things and you have a little bit more control. Now, right now, if I had a little reflector or something like that, I can make this work. Got a little bit of a hard shadow coming in from the way the light is happening right now. But overall, you know, finding a space like this, sorry, I'm just hand-holding this, is going to help a lot. So in the next episode, I'm going to talk about motivated sound and things to think about with that. That's what I got for you. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.